Hello, this is Alexey. In previous video tutorials we create responsive company website from scratch with a blog, portfolio and upload it to the hosting. In this video tutorial we'll talk about Joomla menu, component com menus. We'll talk about managing, creation and customizing Joomla menu. We will also create a module to display menu items on the website. First of all, let's see how to manage menu items. Here is our menu. Let's find it here. That's menu, main menu. Here are our menu items. You can see them here. Here is drop-down menu. You can disable menu items, for example, like this. You can enable it. You can select and disable several menu items. Or you can select and publish all menu items. Also, you can delete menu item, for example, move to trash. And if you want to delete menu item forever, go to trash and empty trash. You can search for menu items, for example, like this. You can use filter. You can filter menu items by status, access, max level, parent menu, and component. You can switch between site and administrator menus. In this video tutorial we'll talk only about site menus. Also, you can switch between existing menus here or here. Also, you can change the order of menu items here in admin panel. Just click on the column title, for example, sort by ID or by access or by title and so on. Also, you can select order in here, sort by and select option you need, but if you sort elements here, for example, like this, update page, and nothing happens. The sorting here, clicking on the column title, doesn't affect on the ordering here. For example, if you want to move this item, for example, here, click here, press and hold left mouse button and move the menu item wherever you want. For example, here. Update the page and now we can see changes. Also, we can move my blog, for example, here. Just press button and move it here. Update the page and we can see our changes. Let's create a new menu with new menu items, new model, and place it here. Okay, first we need to create a menu. Go to Manage and create new menu. I will call it Test. The unique name I will enter Test. Now, here we can see our new menu, and we can create new menu item. First menu item I will call My Test, and I will select menu item type. Menu type is very important. The page on the website depends on menu type. For example, you can show category block, category list, and so on. About these menu types we talked in previous video tutorial. Let's create, for example, category block. Select category block. About categories we talked in previous video tutorial. my test was saved. Update the page, and we don't see anything here. Now let's go to modules. About modules we will talk in next video tutorial. Now just create new module, but before I will disable this module. Just click here, my module disappeared, and now we can create our new menu module. Here it is, just click new. I will call it test. I will select our menu, this is test menu. Also I will select position for the menu. About positions and templates we will talk in next video tutorials. For now, just click Save, update the page, and we can see our page My Test. Let's go to our test menu. Let's create a new menu item. It will be My Test 2. I will select another type, for example, single article. I will select this one. I will save it. Also, we can create new menu item by click here and click Save and New. With the help of Save and New, we can create new menu item with type selection. For example, articles category list. I'll give it the same name. I will choose category. Just save it, update the page. Here are our new menu items. Also, we can create the new menu item by click Save and Copy. This will create new menu item with the same title, alias, menu item type, and other settings. I won't change anything, just publish it, update, and here it is. Menu and menu items in Joomla are very important for URL address formation. Let's see an examples how it works. For example, here is our page My Test. Here it is. The alias of this page is My Test, so we can see Joomla 4. This is my local server domain, and My Test is alias of this page. Here it is. If we click on this article title, we've got the URL that contains My Test, the alias of this menu item, and About Your Homepage 1. This is an alias from the article. About articles we talk in previous video tutorial. Let's see content, articles. Here is my article, and here is alias. For example, I can change it. Just save. Let's move back. Click once more, and we can see the alias was changed. Also, we can change alias of this menu. Move back to the home page. Now click here, and we can see My Test 0, and here we can see My Test 0 About Homepage 1 2222. In my blog you can find URL tips. Read it and make sure you create alias and menu structure you need, because if you change the alias or menu structure, in most cases this will impact on URLs, and this is not very good for SEO. If you change URLs, then you need to create a 301 redirect. About 301 redirect you can read in Google documentation. let's see what will happen if I create a separate menu item for About homepage. Just create new, select it, select articles, single article, and let's select our About homepage. Here it is. I will call it, for example, test3. Just save. Here we can see alias was created automatically. Update the page. Here is our test3 page. It contains just alias from this menu item. Several seconds ago I showed you that the URL of this page contains two parts: alias of my test and alias from About homepage. And now it contains just alias from this menu item. But let's save the copy, call it test4. The alias will be the same, test4. Update the page, and now click here, and we see the same page, but with different URL address. This is very bad for SEO. In this case, when you need to create a copy of the menu item that leads on the same page, you shouldn't use the copy. You should use menu item alias type. Here, select system links, and here is menu item alias. You can call it whenever you want. For example, about your home page, or you can call it test5, and so on. Here you need to select the menu item. I will select my test menu and will select test3. Just save it. Here we can see new alias test5. Update the page, but when we click here, we can see test3 alias. So for this page, for this menu item test3, and for this page, for this menu item test5, we have the same page with different menu items, but with the same alias. So if you want to create a copy of menu item, use menu item alias menu type. Let's see another example. Here we can see my test2 menu item with my test2 alias. Let's create one more menu item. I will call it the same, my test. I will select, for example, Smart Search. About Smart Search we will talk in next video tutorials. You can select any menu item, that doesn't matter. Now I want to show you the error. For example, I just click Save, and here is our error. Why it's happened? Because we already have the same alias, my test2, for the menu item for this level. What we can do? We can just change the alias and save it. I said menu level. What does it mean? For example, we have several menu items, but all of them on the first level. Let's create a submenu. For example, just create new test1, select some article. This is just for example. This don't mean anything. You can use any menu type, but now let's see this option, parent item. I will choose my test as a parent item, and here we can see the second level of menus. Here we can, for example, select first level, and we can see just the menu items from the first level. Also, let's create another menu item. For example, I will call it myTest2 with the same alias, but now it will be the child menu item for this parent item. I will call it myTest. I will enter the same alias as for this menu item. Also, I can select any menu type, just for example search. If I now just click save, I will get the same error, but if I select the parent myTest and save it, this element will be saved with no errors. So you can see myTest2 here and myTest2 here. This is the same alias, but for the different menu items, and that can be done for the different menu items that are in different levels. If I update my page, I won't see any drop-down. What we should do? We should go to our site module, find our test menu, go to Advanced, and here in Layout just select Cassiopeia drop-down. Update the page, update it, and here we can see our drop-down menu and our menu items. So let's see, we have this menu with this alias, and also we can see this menu item with the same alias, but this menu item is a child for myTest and it contains a part of URL from myTest. In this case, we can have two different menu items with same alias. In my example, there are several menu item types, for example, category blog, single article, and smart search. As you can see, there are several tabs, but for different menu items, these tabs are different. So, let's look on the common settings for the most menu types. Let's start with the Details tab. Here we already work with title, alias, and menu item types. Also, we have target window options. For example, we can open it in parent, like this, or we can open in new tab, like this. Here we can see template settings, but for templates and its settings we'll talk in next video tutorials. Here we can see menu settings. For example, we can move this menu item from our test menu to, for example, main menu. Save and close. Update the page. From here it disappears, and here it appears. Pay attention, it moves with the child menu items. Let's move it back. Here it is. About parent item option we already talked. Ordering. We already see at the beginning of video tutorial how to change ordering with the mouse, and here you can change it by selecting menu item after which you want to show this menu. For example, test 3, update, and here is my test after test 3. Or just select first or last. Here we can see different status. About status we already talked at the beginning. Also, we can make this page is default page or home page. For example, by clicking on the logo, we can go here. As you can see, there is no alias after domain name. If we click here, we can see alias myTest, and if we click here, we go to the home page. Now let's make this page is default, update it, and we can see that this page become home page. Now if we click on it, there will be no alias, and if we click, for example, on the logo, we'll get back to the home page. About access, we will talk in next video tutorials. The next tab is link type. Here we can add, for example, some tooltip to our menu item link. Update the page, move your mouse here, and we can see a tooltip. Also, these options, link class and link icon class, this is for CSS, this is for front-end developers. We won't consider these options, but here we can add link image, for example, this. Just save, update the page, and we can see the image near our menu item. Also, we can disable menu item title, and now we can just see the image. Also, we can hide menu item. For example, I will delete the image. Here is our menu item, but we can hide it. It won't be displayed in the menu, but it won't be disabled. It will be published, but just for hide from menu. On the next tab, page display, you can enter a browse page title or meta title. Just insert it. Now I won't update my page. Here we can see the title, my test. Also, if we look at the code, we can see the title here. This is very important for SEO. Now let's update my page, and we can see that it was changed, and we can see it was changed in the code. So now you know how to change the browser page title. Also, we can enable show page heading. Here we can see the title was copied here, but I can select to show not the copy of the browser page, but page heading. Like this. This can be used for SEO. For example, we can see it have h1 tag. This is also important for SEO, and now you know how to add specific title for the page. The next tab is metadata. Here you can add a meta description. It won't show anywhere here, but we can see it in the code. The Google, Bing and other search engines can create snippets based on this content. Also, this content can be used when someone shares your page in social medias. The next option is robots. This option can help you, for example, to prevent your page from being indexed by Google. For example, no index follow. Just save. Also, anywhere here we won't see these changes, but here in the code we can see robots, no index, follow. About this meta tag you can read in Google documentation. On the next and the last tab, module assignment, you can see all modules that assigned to this page. About modules we will talk in next video tutorial. In the next video tutorial we'll look at Joomla modules. We'll look at the management, creation and common module settings. If you have questions, please leave them in the comments. If this video was helpful to you, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. This is Alexey. See you soon in new tutorials.